Hey church family, Pastor Ronnie here. I wanted to give you an update on some things that will affect our church over the next month or so. As you've likely heard, our area is experiencing an uptick in coronavirus cases. In our own church family, there are several cases currently. Now, by God's grace, there has not been an outbreak here at all, and none of these cases are connected. Now, all along, our posture has been one of moving forward with wisdom. We want to continue to use wisdom in this season as best as possible. And I really want our church to continue gathering for worship on Sundays, but we want to be wise as well. And so in order to continue to gather on Sundays, we're taking some steps now that will help protect our church in the long run so that our services are not interrupted again. So the first step we're taking is to tighten up some of our protocols for Sunday gatherings. We're gonna ask you to continue wearing your mask to church when you come, to wear it all the way to your seat, to sit down, and you can take it off while you worship in the gym services at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Additionally, we're gonna ask you to not linger indoors after the services, but instead move outdoors immediately once the service ends. And finally, if you feel sick at all, if you have a sniffle or anything, please don't come to church. We want to continue to encourage you to stay home if you are sick. The safest place to worship is at home. Now, the second point we want to make here is to talk about our outdoor service. We began this service in August, and so many of you have really enjoyed this service. We wanted to be committed to this service throughout the warmer weather, but now that it is about to be December and it's going to be getting colder, we're going to be moving to adding a service at 10 a.m. in Auditorium A in the sanctuary. We're going to move the outdoor service indoors, and we're going to do a mask-required service. So beginning December 6th, we're going to be meeting indoors at 10 a.m. in the sanctuary for a mask-only service. Now, this service will be socially distanced, and you can wear your mask throughout the whole service so that you can worship freely there, the mask on, not worrying about anything. Next, I want to talk to you about our services on Sunday, November 29th and Sunday, December 27th. As you know, these two Sundays follow major holidays. They follow Thanksgiving and they follow Christmas. And I know many of you will be traveling like my family will be, while others will have family and friends over. Now, given the rise in cases, however, there is a concern about us gathering as a church just a few days after so many of us will have been in close proximity with a large group of people. For this reason, we've decided to not meet in person on these two Sundays, but instead to be fully online. Now, I know that's not what many of us wanted to be, where we want to be. It's not what we want to have happen, but again, we want to be wise so that we can continue meeting in person. This helps ensure that we can meet. So again, church will be online only on Sunday, November 29th and Sunday, December 27th. Lastly, we're going to push pause on all of our auxiliary ministries in this season. Wednesday night student ministry, Monday night college ministry, things like that. We'll all take a break until cases begin to die down again. We're going to encourage our community groups to continue meeting via Zoom, but to avoid gathering in person. Again, this is not what we want, but we believe it's what's wise so that we can continue to gather on Sundays. Now, let me just clarify all this again. On November 29th, we will be online only. That's next Sunday, right after Thanksgiving. On December 6th, December 13th, and December 20th, we will be live and in person, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, wear your mask to your seat, take them off, worship, fellowship, walk out the room with your mask on. 10 o'clock a.m., mask required in the sanctuary. Those 3 Sundays. And then December 27th will be virtual, again, online only service on that Sunday. This allows us to gather with our families and then to sort of stay away for just a few days to make sure there's no major outbreak or spread of any sort of virus. And it allows us to continue to gather together for worship throughout the Sundays in December. Also, we will be doing a Christmas Eve service. We're going to be doing 5 Christmas Eve services, beginning on Wednesday night, Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. And then we will have 4 Christmas Eve services on the actual day of Christmas Eve. We'll have a 2 o'clock service. That'll be our normal gym service. Wear a mask in, take it off, worship, walk out. The 3 o'clock service will be in the sanctuary, mask required. 4 o'clock service will be in the gym, wear a mask in, take it off, worship, put it back on, leave. And then the 5 o'clock service will be an outdoor service that we're really excited about. It'll hopefully start in the daylight and end in the darkness. And so we hope these services are going to be really driven by Christmas carols and just hymns of Christmas. And so that's the update we want to give to you today. We'll get you more information on Christmas Eve over the next few days. Church, we're doing the best we can. I just want you to know that we are doing the very best we can to make wise decisions. The safest place to worship is online, but we want to gather the church as best and as often as we can. So I would just ask you to do 2 things for me. 1, remember God is faithful. Remember that God is working. Remember that He is in control. Just remember the goodness of the Lord. All the ways of the Lord are good. So remember. Secondly, I would just encourage you to pray. Pray for our church in this season. Pray for the Lord's work in this season. Pray for me and our pastors in this season. I just ask you to pray for us. Pray for us that we will be faithful to do everything we're trying to do in a way that is wise and good and honoring to our great King, who sits on the throne, who reigns right now, who reigns supreme. Church, love you, and I will see you again soon. God bless.